Yes, people, Arsenal with Ash, 1-0 defeat at home to PSG in the first leg. Disappointing night, man. A disappointing night, but it could have been worse. And we're still in it. We got a massive chance of still getting to the final of the Champions League. But that was a reality check, man. That was a reality check. PSG are a good side. They are a good side. That it kind of. I walked into the stadium. I had a weird feeling. It didn't feel as exciting as the Real Madrid game. It didn't feel like the buzz was in the air. I had a weird feeling that it could potentially go a bit wrong, and unfortunately, I was right. Even down to the tifo, whatever they call it, that Arsenal set up, hanging down from the North Bank, absolute crap, and it's really disappointing. They let us down because there were fans that were setting up and had some great ideas for that. And the club turned it down, and then they decided to just put up a gun, like the gun. It's just a joke. Um, so yeah, that was a bad start. But you did feel the energy as we got to kick off. The energy in the crowd, the noise was unbelievable. But as soon as that whistle blew, PSG started on fire. That first 20 minutes was insane. Like, we hardly touched the ball. They scored within 3 minutes. They were looking so dangerous, so comfortable. I think we showed them a bit too much respect, but we just couldn't build on anything. And when you try to engage and maybe get a duel, like winning a duel will get the crowd going and all that. Any little touch on them, they'll go down, and the referee is buying every single one. He is the reason my voice sounds like this, because the way I was going mad at this referee, he was pathetic. But it's funny because in the end we started. I think we kind of acclimatized to it, and the likes of Lewis Skelly started buying fouls, etc. And we realized that these soft ones he's gonna give them. But yeah, he was a joke. But PSG in that first 20 minutes were absolutely, they were almost unplayable, man. They were unplayable, and you could see how much we missed Thomas Partey. Someone to take the ball under pressure from David Raya, and a bit of class on the first touch, and a decisive pass through the lines would get us going. We missed Declan Rice being higher up the pitch, picking up the second balls, because every second ball, I kept saying it to the guy next to me, I was saying the second balls, every second ball we're losing. And in midfield, we should be dominant in those areas because we're more athletic, more physical. But unfortunately, we couldn't get to it. And that's where I'm saying Partey in the six and Declan Rice higher up, we have a much better chance in that game. And it's not even a criticism of Marino, because I think Marino had a good game, but he's obviously not as athletic as a Declan Rice. And Declan Rice is probably the best in the world at pouncing on those second balls and pressuring man in their third, giving them no space. But they were just winning the second balls and bopping us. When I tell you, yeah, I ain't seen a performance. Oh, I ain't seen a section of the game like that for a long time at the Emirates, where I'm just sitting there and the team's not getting us off our feet. We can't move. But we grew into the game, and towards the end of the second half, Lewis Skelly realised that he's gonna, and he's an unbelievable talent, by the way, because he's the one that brought the calm, bringing the ball, taking the ball under pressure rather than passing it, holding on to it, holding man off, winning free kicks, and then he makes that driving run where he plays Martinelli through, and Martinelli should score. And these are the fine margins, man. The big opportunities where we need to be putting them away, and then it's a different game. But yeah, second half we came out, we were the better team. We still couldn't really play our game, and we still had to manage their threats. But I think we definitely done that better. I think Arteta must have tweaked something towards the end of the first half, tactically, where we kind of got on top of them and kind of limited their ball progression. So credit to Arteta for noticing that and sorting it out before it got worse. But yeah, ultimately it's a game where you've got to take your chances. Trossard had one in the second half. They're going low to Donnarumma, who's a massive keeper. You've got to lift these shots to get past him, because he is covering that whole goal. That's how big he is. So yeah, we rue those missed chances. Obviously the Marino goal offside, unfortunate for that. But at the end of the day, we're still in it. It's 1-0. It could have been worse. They hit the bar. I think they hit the post as well. They had other chances. They're an absolute massive threat. But I have confidence with Partey in midfield next week, and Marino back up top, because Trossard, like I said before, he ain't got no presence. He is not ruffling the feathers of those centre-backs. If you look at the game when Liverpool went to PSG, and Liverpool were under the cosh, but they brought on Nunes. One long punt up the field. He backed into, I don't know if it was Marquinhos or Patrick, I can't remember who it was, but backed into them, won the ball, they picked up the second ball, and then they scored. We didn't have any of that because we're lumping the ball to Trossard, or we're trying to get Marino to go beyond that. But then he's got to get back into midfield. So for him to do all of that, it's asking too much. So that's why I think next week we're definitely going to be stronger. It's obviously going to be a even more difficult game with it being at their place. They're going to be confident as well, think that they're going to do the job. But I think we've got a better chance, and the pressure will be less on us because we've got nothing to lose almost. We're not in front of our fans where the pressure is high and we're expected to put on performance. PSG are now heavy favourites to go through, so we can kind of lean on that and see what we can do. And like I said, we're lucky it's only 1-0, and away goals don't actually mean anything anymore. So we can actually bide our time. We can punish them in set pieces. We can look at the driving through the middle. We saw Declan Rice do it once in the second half, which created the Trossard chance, and Lewis Skelly obviously in the first half for Martinelli. So if we can do more of that, get Dec higher up that pitch, get Partey on the ball, turning, making decisive passes, then I think we've got a chance. But boy, we're in a tie, man. We're in a tie. This is a proper team still. Big up Luis Enrique. He's a proper coach. But yeah, we can hurt them. We can definitely hurt them, and I've got faith the boys are going to do it. So boy, next week's a massive game. It's a massive game. But yeah, another thing, the fans weren't great. It was flat in there last night. It was proper flat. I don't know. I think it's more down to how PSG started the game and the fact that we weren't on the front foot. It kind of stifled us, and obviously the goal as well, and it was frustrating, all the referee giving all these soft fouls, and the game was breaking up. So to be fair, their game plan was spot on in that aspect, because yeah, we couldn't build any momentum. But yeah, we'll see what happens next week, man. It's do or die. It's do or die. But yeah, player ratings. I want to start with David Raya in goal, who I thought actually had a good game. He had to make sure his touch and his passing was on point, because their press, is in that third is insane. So I think he done really well to pick out the pass he did. Some of his long passes were a bit out of range, but all in all, I think he done quite well. Couldn't do anything about the goal. And apart from that, didn't have too much to do. Made a good save from Doué in the first half, I think it was. But yeah, I'll probably give him a 7 out of 10. Timber had a rough first 10-15 minutes against Kvaratskhelia, but after that, I think he won that battle. I don't think Kvaratskhelia even completed a dribble in that game. So don't listen to all this rubbish on social media about how he got cooked, because if you actually look at the data and watch the game with your eyes, you'll see that Timber actually got the better of him. He is a baller, absolute baller, and a threat. But yeah, I think Timber done all right in the end. And yeah, hopefully he's all right for the second leg, because we're going to need him. But yeah, I'll probably give him a 7 out of 10. Saliba made a massive last-ditch tackle in the second half. Was shaky on the ball at times. I'm not going to lie to you. You seemed a bit nervous, and I think that transcended throughout the team. But yeah, I think he had a decent game. There was a moment where he had to hold up Dembele, similarly to the Mbappe moment against Madrid at the Bernabeu. But yeah, I think he defended he won his duels. But yeah, just on the ball, it's a little bit shaky. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. And the same for Kiwior, really. Couple of moments where it could have been catastrophic, but all in all, I think he done all right. Against what was a formidable attack. So yeah, I'll give him a 7 as well. Miles Lewis-Skelly, I will probably give my man of the match to. Yeah, I'll probably give him man of the match, because the way he took the game in the first half and said, you know what, I'm the one that's going to bring this calm. He's 18 years old. How are you doing that? At 18 years old? So big him up for that. I will give him an 8 out of 10. Obviously, he created the chance for Martinelli. That's why I can't wait to see him in midfield and having the opportunity to do that more often. Driving from deep and holding off man and creating chances. He's a proper player. And Doué didn't really get much change out of him. So, yeah, big him up. Declan in the 6, I thought had a good game. Picked up the ball when he could. Was a little bit limited in terms of being able to get higher up the pitch. He couldn't vacate that space because then it would have been problems. They had too many men floating in between the lines for him to be able to vacate that space and push forward. So it was a big shame, man. A big shame that we had to play him in the 6 in this game. But yeah, he worked hard, broke up play when he could, played passes through the lines when he could, made that driving run for the Trossard chance, won the ball high up the pitch at the end of the game when we had that Martinelli chance. But yeah, I can't wait for next week to see him in the 8, and I think he can definitely lead us to a historic night. So yeah, I'll probably give him a 7. Marino, I thought had a good game. I thought he had a good game. He was another one that took the ball under pressure and calmed it down. Took it down on his chest. Took his time on the ball to assess the options and calm down the play and pick out his pass. Tried to box crash when he could. I know it was difficult for him in there. But yeah, I thought he had a good game. I'm not going to lie to you, but I want to see him up front next week because we need that presence to ruffle the feathers of their centre-back. So yeah, I'll give Marino probably I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. Odegaard, rubbish. I'm getting so fed up of him, man. And I'm not hearing any excuses. He's been poor for the best 3 quarters of the season. He had a couple of games when he came back from his injury, but after that, he's been absolutely rubbish. And again, hiding in a massive game when you need your captain, especially in that first 20 minutes. We needed someone to put their foot on the ball and say, nah, this ain't running. Vitinha, João Neves, Ruiz, I'm a baller too. I can do this. I'm going to get my team going and get my team ticking. He didn't do none of that. He hid. Poor. So poor. And like I've been saying before, that's a position we're going to have to look at because he ain't doing it. He is not doing it. So 5 out of 10 for him. 5 out of 10. And I keep saying it. We need him to step up next week. He's not going to do it probably, but he needs to if he's a serious guy. Front 3, Martinelli wasn't great at all. Yeah, just not creative enough, not inventive enough on that side. Wasn't dangerous enough. It was more about Hakimi going the other way rather than Martinelli at him. Had a massive chance in the first half, and you have to be clinical in those situations. Didn't put the ball in the back of the net, and ultimately we've kind of lost the game because of that. Him and Trossard. So yeah, I'll probably give him a 6 out of 10 at best. He did work hard and try his best, but just didn't happen. Trossard, he did try his best. He's dropping into the pockets when he could and holding up the ball. Had a massive chance in the second half, just like Martinelli. Ultimately, he just hasn't got the physical presence to actually trouble the defenders. So yeah, there wasn't much more he could do, to be honest with you. So yeah, I'll probably give him a 6.5 out of 10. And Saka, I think Saka had a good game. I think, obviously the battle, I said it before the game, that battle is mad because Nuno Mendes is probably the best left back in Europe at the moment. But Saka's still causing problems, and you could tell how much respect they gave him because he was crowded out on so many occasions where they were not on letting him go 1v1 versus Nuno Mendes. So that was good defensively from them, but he still found ways to penetrate. And there was one point in the first half where he said, you know what, I'm getting off this touchline, I want to come inside and make something happen. And that's what he did, created that chance at the back stick from Martinelli. And yeah, he kept trying. It was a stupid yellow card he got. What a stupid decision from that referee. So his sense of frustration and kicking the ball away was understandable, man. But yeah, second leg, we're going to need him at his sharpest. And yeah, hopefully we can do the job. So yeah, I'm going to give Sachs a 7.5 out of 10. And then off the bench, we only had Ben White come on for a bit for Timber. Didn't really have too much to do, but done his job, kind of done the basics. I'll probably give him an average 6 out of 10. And then Ethan got like the last couple of minutes, but not enough time to make a difference. So, but yeah, keep your head up, Gooners, man. It's not over. It's half time, like Arteta said. It's only 1-0, and we can go there and do a job. And sometimes we're even better away from home. So let's hope we can do it, man. Keep your heads up and let's go. Let me know your thoughts. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you for the next one.